had a client this week that was in from out of town. They've come in a couple times to look at different areas, and one of the reason that I became specialized in all of the lakes is I'd get a lot of people at Lake Holiday who would also be considering other nearby lakes like Lake Anna, Lake of the Woods, Fawn Lake, etc. And they'd have to work with like 4 different agents because agents would only work one specific lake, and it was hard for them to schedule and figure out which lake they really wanted. But I'd also get a lot of people who realized Lake Holiday wasn't for them, and then I'd basically lose them as a client because they'd go to another agent at one of those lakes. They didn't know anything about it, so they had to find questions. So I decided I'm going to learn everything about all of the lakes, and so I literally called the best agent at those lakes and was like, hey, will you show me around? Like, I'll pay you whatever. I had agents like take me out on their boats and show me everything. Super awesome. And then I would, if I had someone that was interested in that lake, I'd refer to them, but I would know, I had all the knowledge, right? So I could tell them which lakes work based on their goals. If you want to buy a property as a second home that you want to Airbnb out, you can't do that on a lot of the lakes because Airbnb short-term rentals aren't allowed. You need to know that info. If you love to jet ski, we have lakes that don't allow that, like Lake Holiday, right? If you want a home on more acreage, you're looking at Lake Anna. So just having that knowledge, they didn't have to go to 4, 5, 6, 7 different people to get all of that, has been super, super helpful in growing my business and helping my clients, because my goal is always to find them the space that works for them, right? Not pigeonholing someone into choosing Lake Holiday because that's where I work. So anyway, this client thought they wanted Lake Holiday but wanted to check out Lake Anna, and so they went and spent a couple days there, and then we met on Thursday and viewed a whole bunch of homes and the areas, and they decided it was not for them because there's nothing there. Like Lake Anna is great, but it's in the middle of nowhere, considering the amenities that like Winchester has and like Holiday has, and they're moving back to the area because their son is in Arlington area, and it's way easier to get there from Lake Holiday than it is Lake of the Woods or Fawn Lake or Lake Anna, because you don't have to do 95, right? So it just makes sense for all those things. But you want to know, is the lake right for you? Is the area right for you? And they were like, oh, we're so sorry that you had to come down here and show us and we don't like it. I'm like, that's the point of what I do. That's why I specialize in this, to help you find which lake is right for you, right? So I don't serve like any of the areas outside of there because I don't know those areas. I know the lakes, right? So that's what I end up specializing in. So it's been my plan for a very, very long time to share more info on each of the lakes on social media. Obviously people find me about Lake Holiday because I have a lot of videos on YouTube and stuff, and I need to do it for the other lakes, and this is kind of my impetus to kind of push me. I tend to have a little bit more time in winter, although at the moment this week has been absolutely crazy with clients, and 3 new listings and another one met with yesterday, and it's just kind of nuts right now. But that is why I learned all of that information. I'll get so many calls on Lake Anna, and they don't know that there is a power station there, a nuclear power station that uses the water there to cool the turbines, and having that knowledge helps clients make a decision. So I don't serve areas that I don't know. People always ask me if I'm going to get my West Virginia license, and I don't know West Virginia. I don't have a desire to learn it enough. I have agents that know it, so I refer to them because I want my clients to be served, the best way possible.